So welcome everyone, and this is day 23 of our 30 days of guitar licks, and today we're going to again do a lick in the first position, first pattern of A minor pentatonic, and we're also again going to be on the top 3 strings. So I'm trying to mix up the levels of difficulty here. So this would be more closer to a beginner lick. So. But there's also a lot of feeling in this one, right? Like the last lick we did yesterday. There's a lot of feeling necessary. So let's get right into the lick. And this is a more bluesy lick. We use the blues note, so the blues note is right here. It's going to be on the 6th fret of the 5th string. We're going to start with our first finger on the 4th string, the 5th fret. And you're going to hammer on from the 5th fret on the 4th string to the 7th fret on the 4th string. So it's a quick feeling lick, feeling hammer on those. So you have to do it. It's like real punchy kind of a feeling. So you do that twice, and I'll show you how it goes. Like first, so we go. So you don't let the first one really ring a lot. So it's not like that. It's to get the sound and the feeling of the hammer on, but punchy. So like this. And then you vibrato that vigorously, that 7th fret, so like that, okay? So that's the first part, just hammering on from 5th fret to the 7th fret twice, punchy, quick-like, and then vibrating it vigorously. So you don't have to vibrato, you don't have to do like you're bending it when you do the vibrato. It's kind of like you're shaking your hand, right? And to give it a shaky sound without changing the note much, you know, without trying to bend up or down a half a step or a whole step. So like this. It's just got a vibrating sound, so just like a little shake to it. Okay? And then you come back to the 5th fret on the 4th string. Bring your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string and go right down 7, 6, 5 on the 5th string. Now to change the sound up, again, this is a very delicate one in the sense of the way it sounds. So it needs that punchy hammer on with the vibrato. Okay, so like that, and then I mute when I pick this string. So I put the meaty part of my hand on the strings, and I play the 5th fret on the 4th string, then the 7th fret, 6th fret on the 5th string. Those are muted as well, so like that. And then I don't mute on the 5th string of the 5th fret of the 5th string with my first finger, and I also vibrato that one. So like that. So I'll show you the whole thing together so you get the feeling of it. You see what I mean? So like this. So it gives it some change up in the sound, right? Because if I didn't do any of that, it would sound like this. It would sound like, right? But if I do that, it sounds like this. Hear the difference? So it's very subtle, but doing those mutes in between makes that 5th fret on the 5th string really stand out, right? Besides also vibratoing it pretty hard, so harmonic. Like that, okay? You could do that if you want, if you're familiar with pinch harmonics. I'll do a video on it later, but you could do that there. It would sound cool, you know? Let's stick with the lick. And the last 2 notes are just the pinky on the 8th fret of the 6th string, and then the first finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string. And those are both regular. So like this. So. Right? And you can mute this pinky if you want to make, again, this 5th fret on the 6th string stand out like this. Okay? So it's up to you, but you can put the mutes in if you want to. You don't have to put them in, but the general feel of the lick goes like this. So real slow. Again. Like this. So it's got a little bit of feeling into it. All right. So that was a quick and easy one, but that's one that it also has some feeling into it. So all this stuff, all this feeling stuff, the vibratos, all of that stuff is all about your feeling, right? It's what you bring to it and make it your own riff, your own unique. You can hold off on the hammer-ons a little bit. You don't have to do them as fast as that. You can change the timing up. Make the licks your own, right? So start to try to really go with that, right? Go with your feeling. If you have a natural feeling to do it a little different, then do it a little different. You know, and of course you'll adjust it also to your licks. So whatever you're playing with, right? Whatever backing track you're playing with, adjust to that. So it's a mixture of your feeling, your energy, that you also get the inspiration from what you're playing with, right? The energy of what you're playing with, the sound, the vibe. And it could be a slower, faster, it doesn't matter. You can always adjust these licks to the pace, the tempo of what you're playing, right? And who you're playing with, right? Playing off of other people is different. So I encourage you just to take the licks, learn them, right? Learn them well the way that I have them here, but let yourself change them up. Let yourself take out parts of it. Let yourself play around with it. Just put it on a backing track and just try to fit the lick in somewhere, right? You might have to speed it up, might have to slow it down, might have to change the rhythm of it a little bit, the pace, the timing, and adjust it to the backing track, but play with it that way. And then let yourself, like, you hear something in your head, I will also encourage you to stop the tape, right? Stop the background track and try to figure out what you have in your head, and then start the backing track and try to play it with it. That can be a little tedious process at first, but it will help you eventually be able to do that without having to stop the track, right? And you just know what you're gonna play. You hear it and you play it. Okay, so building up to doing that, but it's very important not to stop that. So don't try to be in a rush to jam, to be free soloing all the time. Don't be in a rush to get there, because you need to slow down a little bit, and it really comes from what you hear in your head, you know, what you feel. So if you don't give yourself time to stop and figure that stuff out, what you're hearing, then you'll wind up just repeating everyone else's licks, which is okay. But to really give your own energy, your own feel, your own vibe, you want to try to, as much as you can, try to play what you hear in your head or what you feel, you know, what you feel, where you feel to go. Let yourself go, you know, don't worry about, try not to think about it as much as you feel about it, okay? If that makes sense. Like, in other words, like you're playing and you just want to slide up to something else, don't worry about it. It might sound completely out of tune, doesn't matter. Just, if you feel it, then do it and see what happens. It might sound awesome, okay? So let yourself be free with that, all right? So I'll see you tomorrow for day 24. If anything was unclear, let me know and I'll clarify for you, all right? If there's anything you want to see on the channel, let me know. Until tomorrow, happy practicing, take care.